If your Azalea bonsai didn't bloom this year, the real problem isn't what you think. It's not pruning, no fertilizer, no too much heat or cold. And once you understand this, you can't unsee it. These two azaleas were treated exactly the same. Yet, this one has plenty of flower buds and this one has none. So today, I'll show you 3 bloom killers that quietly destroy your azalea bonsai flowers and how to avoid them step by step. Here's what most of you don't realize, and I didn't either. The fate of bloom was decided much earlier than pruning or fertilizing. When roots are weak, the tree will prioritize survival over flowers. That's why repotting matters more than you think. You may not see yellow leaves or dramatic decline. You just see no flower buds. So let's start with the first bloom killer. Killer number 1, the timing trap. For many years, it was said that the best time to repot Azalea bonsai was right after flowering. And that used to be true. Why? Because people wanted to enjoy the flowers to the very end. And it arrived later and summers were cooler. So, trees had time to recover from repotting. But sadly, that is not the climate we live in anymore, at least here in Japan. Now, if you repot right after flowering, within a month or so, the summer heat arrives, and the tree weakens before roots can recover. So today, the best timing for repotting azalea is early spring before the leaves open. Just like many other bonsai species. I had a chance to ask an azalea bonsai master about this and he agreed. He said if you don't have at least 2 months before serious summer heat begins, early spring repotting is safer and actually a better choice. Here's why. When you repot in early spring, the tree has not fully awakened yet. So you can cut roots more extensively. Then it has the entire spring and early summer to regrow roots. By fall, it continues strengthening. That means stronger roots. And stronger roots mean a thicker trunk and more flower buds. But if you repot after flowering, you don't just stress the tree, you may steal next year's bloom. And that's the timing trap. And most people don't even realize they're falling into it. Bloom killer number 2, the soil suffocation. Now, here's what nobody talks about. Azalea soil is not optional. Azaleas love acidic soil like blueberries with excellent drainage. So, using generic bonsai soil is a mistake. Adding too much organic matter is a mistake. Using very fine soil particles is also a mistake because they reduce drainage. And azalea hates suffocated roots. So, the best soil for azalea bonsai is 100% Kanuma. Kanuma soil checks every box. Acidic, excellent aeration, good drainage, holds moisture without compacted. That's why it works so well. But Kanuma soil can be difficult to find outside of Japan. So here's a good alternative mix. 60% lava rock, 30% pumice, and 10% peat moss or tree bark. Volcanic rock and pumice are similar in origin to Kanuma soil. The key difference is water retention. So, adding a bit of peat moss increases both water retention and acidity. Now, here's the thing. Your azalea can survive in the wrong soil, but it won't reward you with flowers, at least not to its full potential. That's the soil suffocation mistake. Before going to the next bloom killer, a quick notice. If you want more detailed guides like this, I share deeper breakdowns in my newsletter. The link is below. Killer number 3, the root handling mistake. Now, this is where critical bloom mistakes are created. Not because you don't repot, but because you repot the wrong way. Let me show you step by step how to repot an Azalea bonsai properly. And here's the key idea I want you to remember. Azaleas may forgive other care mistakes, but they don't forgive bad root handling. Step 0. Prepare everything first. Before touching the tree, prepare the pot and soil mix. Attach pot mesh to the drainage holes. Set the wires to secure the tree. Prepare and mix the soil. Once the roots are exposed, you don't want to waste time because roots dry out pretty quickly. Preparation prevents unnecessary stress. Step 1. Remove the tree. Gently remove the tree from the pot. If it's stuck, gently tap the pot a couple of times or run a root knife along the inner edge. Once it's out, check the root ball. If the soil falls away easily on its own, you don't need to repot this year. Put it back in the pot. That's something you may not have done before, but it's important. Step 2. Remove soil. Start from the bottom of the root ball. Carefully remove the soil attached underneath. If the soil is extremely hard, and this often happens when repotting is delayed, likely tap the bottom of the root mass with a wooden or rubber mallet. The vibration helps loosen compacted soil. If it's too hard, you can cut about 1/3 of the bottom roots. Then move upward, working from the base of the trunk outward. Always move from inside to outside. Make sure to protect the surface roots from scratching. Between roots, use a pointed tool and gently loosen soil from above. Now, here's the important decision point. If the soil is hardened and compacted, remove all old soil. If the soil loosens easily and roots look healthy, removing about 2/3 is enough. Step 3. Root washing. Now, here's the part that may scare you. Should I wash all the soil off? Here's the rule. Wash the roots if 1. The old soil is very hard and compacted. 2. You see blackened or rotten roots. And 3. Drainage has clearly failed. Yes, washing feels extreme. But in these cases, removing all of the old soil actually improves recovery and encourages healthy growth. In my case, the soil is hardened and compacted, so I'm gonna wash it off. Step 4. Root pruning. Flatten the bottom of the root mass by removing about 1/3 of the bottom roots. This will prepare the tree for a shower pot. If you see thick, downward growing roots, remove them all. Trim outer roots so the tree fits comfortably in the new pot, leaving some space from the rim to regrow. But be careful with fine hair-like roots, especially when your tree is mature or weak. Azaleas, like all plants, depend on these delicate roots for nutrient uptake and flower bud production. If you aggressively strip these away, the tree may survive, but next year's flowers may not. That's why you need to be careful. If your tree is young and healthy, it can tolerate root pruning quite well. Step 5. Position and replant. Put the large grain soil at the bottom. Create a small mound of soil mix on top. Place the tree and squeeze the roots into the soil well. Secure it loosely with wire. Look from the front and adjust the balance if necessary. When it's okay, secure it firmly. Now add soil gradually. Use a chopstick to work soil between the roots. Make sure not to leave any air pockets. After filling, gently tap the side of the pot. This helps soil settle nicely. After repotting, water well. Move it in a shade with little wind for a couple of weeks until it takes root. Make sure not to let the soil dry out completely. Maybe you're wondering, yes, you absolutely can prune at the same time. But if you remove flower buds now, you won't see bloom this year. So, if you want to see flowers, prune after blooming. I hope this video was helpful and see you in the next video.